First of all, I just want to thank all of you for coming. This is really a special day. We get to really appreciate what we've received over the week that we were evacuated. So, our heartfelt thank you. So, Venerable Chodron, over and over and over again, teaches us about the kindness of others. But when the community evacuated due to the local fire, I really saw this up close and personal. It was direct, immediate, intimate. It was so heartfelt, so caring. When some of us joined the group that was at Cappy's house, Margaret had brought over lunch that she made that morning. And Cappy and Price weren't even there. And they were offering their home to all of us. When I received the text from Susan saying that we could enter her home without her being there, wow, it's amazing. We've just spoken briefly over these years. And the next morning, when Venerable Losang and I were eating breakfast, I looked over and saw Susan chopping vegetables. And I knew she was going to a workshop. And I thought, oh, yeah, she's making this soup for the workshop. She's going to bring it there. No, she was making it for Venerable Losang and I. Then Paul went to the grocery store. And what came back was food which Venerable Losang and I enjoyed. Over the week, Venerable Losang and I were staying in what was Susan and Paul's offices. And so instead of working in their offices, and instead of Susan meditating in her meditation space, we were there. And they were downstairs, sitting at the dining room table, or the living room, or the back room. And then Anne, who I had known from the UU group, when Venerable Losang and I went over to Carol's house for the last night, she lent Carol her blow-up mattress so I would have a bed to sleep in. And Carol put out this collection of breakfast foods so that Venerable Losang and I knew what we could have for breakfast. This was amazing. And I am so grateful for this. And this is just a very small piece of what happened that week. Everyone here in this room, the community, we were taken care of. We were supported. And then I was thinking, this happens every day at the Abbey. We eat food offered by others every day. We live in buildings built by others, owned by others. We wear clothing made by others with cloth donated from others. We take medicine that's bought by others. And so this too is personal. Our life at the Abbey is personal. It's personal because we individually benefit. And because I didn't think this would happen, because you spend your hard-earned money to support us and support what we do here. You take time out of your weekend to go to store after store to make sure all of our dietary restrictions are met. And this is a lot of stores. You donate your time. You volunteer from afar. We don't even see that. But because of that, Venerable Chodron has a website that people benefit from every day. And our dear construction workers come up here, it seems earlier and earlier. They're working even before some of us are out of bed. This is personal. And it's not personal. Because it's not about me. It's because of your faith in the Triple Gem, your confidence in the Abbey as a community, your gratitude, your respect for venerable children, and your appreciation of our shared values. That's why it's not at all personal. So you offer us material support, and you offered us protection from danger when we were all in danger. And because of that, Venerable Children is able to write a series of 10 books with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We're able to write to those incarcerated. We're able to give talks and lead meditations. And so because of this, generosity abounds. We live in generosity. And so then I was thinking, well, why am I not just bursting with joy all the time? And I will tell you, I'm not. And I am very grateful for Venerable Lamsel, who gave me this opportunity to share it this afternoon. And so, what are the obstacles to gratitude? It's really easy to say, oh yes, the kindness of others. But sometimes we don't recognize it. And so what can we do? We can be mindful. We can use mindfulness in a really productive way by being mindful of the kindness we receive. Sometimes we take it for granted. We don't recognize all of the causes and conditions necessary. We don't see its impermanence. We think we deserve it. We're entitled to it. Before I came to the Abbey, I was paying for all of my expenses. And so I thought, well, I don't need to be grateful. We might think that we're then obligated or we're burdened to repay this kindness. But that's just thinking of oneself and not really thinking about the other. And we might feel unworthy. We might have a hard time accepting the kindness of others. But instead, we can look at their virtue. Again, it's not about us. It's not personal. Look at their virtuous mind. Look at how much we benefit from it. And what can we do to repay this kindness? We can practice sincerely. We can give our hearts to the Dharma. We can offer in kind. And this is enough. We can feel really good about this. This is something we all do together. And so actually, kindness always exists. We are supported by it in every moment for our physical health, our physical safety, our emotional well-being, our spiritual growth. And so over and over and over again, we need to remember it. I want to train my mind to recognize it, to appreciate it, and to repay it. Let's do this together.